Director Dave's dumbass pick of the week. Derrick Henry, first TD score.
Yeah, first TD score. Wow.
Aaron Jones scored anytime touchdown. James Cook anytime touchdown. Terry McLaurin anytime touchdown. Devontae Smith anytime touchdown. Devontae Adams anytime touchdown.
Plus 18,302.
Wow. Baby. Wow. Let's get that money. Get that money.
Should I take this one off? I'm just here for the gangbang, bitches.
Friends, countrymen, fellow degenerates, welcome to this episode of Bets and Buds. We are the Buds helping you cash your bets. I am Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
And this is a celebratory day, not because of what you think. There's some people upset, some people that are happy today. We don't give a fuck about any of that shit because they're political things. They're political things. But the thing we are celebrating today, we did it, boys. We did it. We did it. Finally, Uncle Mo came through for us to pop that bubbly. We have legally passed that betting parlays here. We can go ahead and actually legally gamble here in Missouri. No more drives to Illinois for us, boys. This will be working for 3 years driving over that bitch. 3 years of driving over to the ill side.
Yeah, because it got me last weekend, the fuckers.
Yeah, now we can fucking sit there in our bedside, morning-wise. Director Dave, come on, grab your glass, brother. Grab your glass.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Let's celebrate this.
Cheers,
shit,
boys. Cheers. We did it, baby. We did it. We finally fucking got there to the times. 2024 going to 2025. Woo! No more drives to Illinois. We can place those bets here in Missouri, baby.
Yeah, so hopefully it happens within, like Dave was saying, it could happen within the next month, or it could actually possibly wait till the beginning of the year.
As long as it's the beginning of the year, I'm good. Then it's playoff time.
But then he sent a provision like they could actually delay it until the end of next year, which would piss me off.
They could, but there's too much money. They put way too much money in the advertisement, and that's the difference between years past. Usually in years past, they didn't put the money in the advertisement. You had Ozzie Smith doing commercials. The Blues were on board. The Chiefs were on board. The Royals were on board. The Blues were on. I mean, like, there's no.
FanDuel and DraftKings alone, just the two entities, dropped $41 million in the last month.
No
just
shit.
Just in advertising.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Now,
so, I mean, usually
MGM was on the other side. They spent $10 million in anti-advertising in the last 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. So they went hard on it.
Okay.
To squash it, and that's why it was as close as it was.
Well, you know what? Hey, we're here, baby. We did it. We fucking did it. We fucking did it. Popping that bubbly in celebratory fashion. Thank you, people, for getting out and voting. We've been pushing this shit for the last couple of years. 3 years of us driving over the hillside. We were over a year and a half now we're working on for this pod being shot. We've been pushing this shit for this whole period of time. So I'm glad we are here.
Yep. Shout out to you guys. Thank you very much. Anybody that went out there and voted yes on Amendment 2.
Yes.
Make
sure you like and subscribe, add to the comment section. Shout out to True on the Track for blessing us with those beats. Director Dave, keep us up on the ones and twos. So we're going to get this thing rolling for you here, everybody, because we got good vibes going here. Good vibes going here.
We got some Blues news right now. Okay, after last night's game, they won against the Tampa Bay Lightning last night. We had a scare last night, a legitimate scare.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Holloway took a puck to the throat and it hit him so hard in the throat. He says that he was out. He didn't even know what was going on.
That was ugly. That was scary.
So flashbacks to Bo Meester kind of, having his little heart episode on the bench. It was a scary situation last night, but the Blues did pull out the victory against a tough Tampa Bay Lightning team.
Back-to-back victories for the first time since early in the season.
Oh, yeah. So they're up to 7-6 again. Right now, if the playoffs started right now, the Blues would be that 8th spot. And that's where you want to be fighting for that playoff spot.
Right. Get in there, get in and do the dance.
Yeah, since they got blown out by Ottawa, 8-1 that one, the 4 games ago, they've gone 2-1. They finished up strong on that road trip. Won the last one on the road trip. Came home and I actually lost that last one on the road trip. Came home, but they won 2 at home now. But another thing that happened, Broberg's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I saw that.
His knee got tweaked on a hit into the corner. That one sucks. Holloway's hit the throat. Now, hopefully, he's day-to-day. He says he plans on playing tomorrow. I'd be surprised. They'll probably keep him out of game. But
it's early in the season. No point to take a chance if you don't have to.
He'll definitely be back.
But they're hockey players. Some motherfuckers are tough as shit. They will be back on the ice if they can.
But, yeah, this is where you want that Blues team to be. Yes, they're dealing with some injuries right now. But this is where your young kids are going to grow and develop and get that ice time. And hopefully they're a better team for it when Thomas comes back.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Get some people some ice time there. That'd be awesome.
They play tomorrow night. or actually it'll be today, I guess, when the podcast comes out.
Right,
so,
right, yeah, exactly.
They'll play. They just got a Benetton's look good. I mean, Hofer had
He become second all-time in wins last night?
Yes, he did, and he's only 3 away from tying Mike Liut. So,
nice.
Probably 2 weeks from now, we'll be talking about Bennington being the all-time winner in Blues history.
Stanley Cup goaltender.
Which is absolutely crazy. You consider the Blues history. They've been in the league for 50-something years, and their top goaltender only has 151 wins.
But that's one of the reasons why they never won a cup. Because
we've never kept goaltenders
because they never wanted to win a cup. Usually that was always the thing. That was always the thing that kept them from winning the cup. Was usually the goaltender.
Joseph was the best one we had in the late 80s, early 90s, but he could never get the Blues over.
They did a Grant Fuhrer season.
They did, and we would have won the cup.
If he hadn't fucking got his
we would have won a fucking Nick Kyprios. I'll always hate that motherfucker. Nick Kyprios. Fuck you.
Yeah, and you know what? It was almost very similar to when the Blues had that the follow up after the COVID season when the kid what's the kid's name from Colorado? Yeah, Kadri. Yeah, Kadri from Colorado took out because the year the Colorado won, the Blues was primed to beat them.
Yes, they were
primed to beat them.
Too. So, you're right.
You know, so that's Blues hockey, baby, that we got going for this
all
season.
Right, that's Blues. They're 7-6. They're rolling along. We've got 69 games left.
Yes, we got a long way to go there. Long way to go. So we got an interesting segment that happened last night was the college football here. College football rolled out their first top 12 playoff standings of the season so far. All right, so what we have here is the number one team was Oregon.
That's no surprise.
No surprise. They were number one overall team. The number 2 team was Georgia. Georgia was the number 2 team. Then we had Miami at number 3. BYU at number 4. We had Ohio State at number 5, who had a tough game against Penn State last week. They had to pull on that one out. Texas is number 6. Penn State number 7. They're still in the mix there. Penn State.
Man, I don't know what the hell I looked at because I've got a totally different list.
No. Penn State's still in the mix there. Yeah, because I jotted this down because I saw this earlier today too. Number 8 was Tennessee. Tennessee was number 8. Yeah, I don't know how they were still in there, but Tennessee was number 8. And then we had number 9, Indiana. Number 9 was Indiana. And this might be an old list, but no, actually, no, because I know.
No, this is rankings, okay, but this isn't the college football rankings.
No, this isn't the college. This is the rankings for the playoffs.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm pretty positive. Go and check it for me. Go and check it for me. Then I had number 10 was Notre Dame. Number 11, Alabama. Number 12 was Boise State. And so everything that I looked up as of today, that's what I looked at as far as the college football rankings. Okay. So, you can look it up and check it for me.
I pulled up a different list, and I mean, it's similar. It's got all the same teams in there, just in different orders.
Oh, well, I mean, so they also had a list that had matchups. So if you saw the matchup rankings, too. So if you looked at it per matchups. So I just put them in order from 1 to 12 as opposed to who's going to play who.
Okay,
because the top 4 teams are actually going to have buys.
Yep.
So if the playoffs
So that's Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, and Miami is what I got as the buys.
Yeah, so Oregon, Georgia, Miami, and BYU.
Oh, BYU.
No, BYU because what it is it's the top 4. It's the division winners. It's all the conference championship winners. So what it is, you got Oregon if they win the Big Ten, Georgia win the SEC, that's who in first place right now. You got Miami at the ACC, and then you got BYU in the Big 12.
Ohio State couldn't win.
Yeah, Ohio State right now isn't the first place team in the Big Ten.
All right.
So that's why Ohio State's number 5 because their only loss is against number 1 Oregon, which was like a 1-point loss second game. So that's why that
makes more sense than mine.
So then you got Texas. So Texas is behind Georgia because Georgia beat the shit out of Texas.
Right.
And so they're behind them. So Texas would actually play, I think, Notre Dame is how that would fall. And so Texas would host a game against Notre Dame, hit the playoffs where to start today. I think that Penn State being right behind with their first loss being against Ohio State, and they're probably going to win out.
Right.
That's the thing. They got a good chance to win out. Penn State would play Alabama if Alabama was still winning, I believe. And then Tennessee, I think, would play. I think Tennessee and Indiana would play. That's how that would roll out, and Ohio State and Boise State would be the matchups there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how that would match up if that's how it would go. So if the playoffs were to start today, but it's going to be exciting because we finally have a playoff.
We've got 4 weeks left.
Yes, we got a playoff in college football. People used to say when I was a kid, they used to always sell us that bullshit. Oh, it ruins the regular season. It ruins it. The fuck it doesn't. We got all these teams now, all these schools. They actually have a chance. They have hope.
I mean, you're still playing every game.
And they have hope now. Every school, every team has hope that they can play for something in the postseason besides a Copper Bowl.
Well, think of it, because you've got SMU sitting at 13 on the outside looking. And when's the last time you had SMU playing for anything?
During the Pony Express times when they got banned for life with fucking Eric Dickerson.
You're talking almost 40 years ago.
Yes, 40 years ago. 40 years. Eric Dickerson with that gold Trans Am they gave his ass, and he got banned
Army,
for life. Army
undefeated 8-0.
Yes.
I mean, Yep, they got a big game coming up against Notre Dame.
Even somebody like Boise State, who's exciting right now, they got a chance in the playoffs, and they can make some. Nobody wants to see Ashton Genty because Oregon barely beat them in week 1. Week 1, I think it was 35-28.
He went off.
Genty went off, like 238 yards rushing or something like that, crazy. So this is going to be a really exciting time for college football. I'll break my rule probably a little bit, especially if I can do that shit from my fucking bed now instead of driving over to Illinois. I will definitely maybe
bet on some kids.
Yeah, bet on the kids because it's playoff time, right. And I know they're going to be going for the gusto during playoff time, and there's not going to be as much of a lack of motivation. A lot of distraction.
You're not wrong, and I mean a lot more competitive games. Too,
yes, absolutely. Because in the years past, guys would sit out. Like last year, Mizzou beat Ohio State in the bowl game. Mm-hmm. Well, that wasn't Ohio State.
It wasn't.
Eight of their top players didn't even play in that game. So but Mizzou was like, oh yeah, we won, and they kind of gave them a little false confidence going into the season.
You take a win when you can get it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
it's Mizzou.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's the college football playoff. That was the first rankings there. So we'll keep tracking that week by week to see how that adjusts because we got Alabama, LSU this week. So that's going to be a close to elimination game for one of those teams there, and whoever loses.
Oh yeah, this is going to change for sure.
Yeah, I mean this is going to continually change these next couple of weeks here as we get to the prime college football action here.
I mean the SEC is probably going to eat themselves alive.
They will, but they'll probably still get 3 to 4 teams, just like the Big Ten. The Big Ten will probably still get 3 to 4 teams.
You got
4
Georgia,
teams out of
Texas,
each one.
And three. Yeah, you got 3.
You got 4 teams out of the Big Ten. 4 teams. out
4. Yeah,
yeah. You got 4 teams out of the Big Ten. You got 4 teams out of the SEC right now. So I mean, the rest of them. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting.
Okay, before we get into the games, let's talk about some trades that happened.
Oh
this
week we had some big trades this week. Big trades in the trade deadline.
You know more about you keep up with more of the ancillary players, your offensive linemen, defensive linemen. But some of the ones that stood out for me this week was Herbert going to the Bengals.
Yes, yeah, he got out
Zach
of the Bears.
Moss is out for the season with a neck injury,
which he wasn't doing shit anyway.
No, he wasn't. Shut up. He's on my face. I knew it. You have Smith going to the Lions, defensive lineman off of the Browns.
Yes,
right?
had to replace Aiden Hutchinson going out. So we got Zadarius Smith coming over from the Cleveland Browns.
You have to explain this one to me because I don't get this one. Mingo going to the Cowboys, wide receiver from the Panthers, Jonathan Mingo, why?
The motherfucker has 12 catches for about 145 yards in his entire NFL career. It's a 2-year career. The only thing I can think of, so the Cowboys liked him.
I think it was one game that he did most of it.
The Cowboys liked him coming out of the draft. They liked him coming out of the draft, and so he's an LSU kid. I mean, he was Ole Miss. I think he's Ole Miss.
Was he Ole Miss?
Yeah, I think he was Ole Miss. But I mean, the Cowboys liked him coming out of the draft. They have his contract under control. It's a rookie contract.
Did somebody get hurt that I wasn't aware of?
No. Well, I mean, you haven't had Brandon Cooks the whole time.
No,
Dak Prescott's out the next 4 weeks. So what I'm thinking. Here's the philosophy that I'm thinking that maybe Jerry Jones is thinking fast forward. You have all this money in the CeeDee Lamb, all this money in Dak Prescott. Brandon Cooks' money is going to come off the books this offseason, right. I believe. And so if you bring in Jonathan Mingo, it's another receiver that you like coming into the NFL.
I mean, he's cheap.
Fourth round pick when the DeAndre Hopkins went to the Chiefs for a 5th round pick, and that motherfucker scored 2 touchdowns on Monday Night Football this week, man. I mean, again, I love my Cowboys. I will always ride with my Cowboys, but I'm not going to be somebody who's a biased opinion Cowboy.
It just surprised me. I thought it was Jonathan Mingo.
He stinks. Again, I hope he doesn't stink for the long period. Maybe it was a bad situation. Carolina's been a fucked up situation from the get-go there. So I'm hoping maybe if he gets the Cowboys, get some solidarity at quarterback between him and Dak Prescott. I mean, we'll see what's going on. Dak's going to be out for the next 4 to 5. Yeah, Dak's he's on the IR for the next few weeks.
Okay, moving on from this shit-ass Cowboys.
Yeah. I don't even talk about that anymore.
So this is the big one. Lattimore going to the Commanders.
Yes.
Commanders making a big
That was
move.
a huge pickup. That was a huge pickup. Director Dave is probably reconsidering his Packer fandom now after he jumps in. No, I know the Redskins are dead to you. I know we buried them. We buried him.
Yeah, damn, them Commanders look good, don't they?
But they do look fucking good, don't they?
New owner, like new GM, new quarterback. Like, woof.
They look good. They look good. They really do. So, yeah, that meant Marshawn Lattimore is a huge pickup.
No, that's a huge pickup. And the last one I got here is this was the funny one to me because it happened during Aaron Rodgers fucking call.
Oh, yeah. Mike Williams going to the Steelers.
And, like, he didn't give a shit.
Oh, yeah, hell no. But the thing is with Mike Williams is so here's where a lot of times where scheme and team and fit works a lot better for certain players. So Mike Williams is a deep ball receiver. He's not an intricate route runner, that type of guy. And Aaron Rodgers, that's what you have to be with Aaron Rodgers. You have to be where he's expecting you to be.
Throw it downfield, chuck it up.
So like we got Russell Wilson now who can throw moon balls. Mm-hmm. So you got two receivers on the outside now that Russell Wilson can throw those fucking moon balls to and shit. That you got underneath. You got the Calvin Austin is showing.
I don't dislike the move for Pittsburgh, but.
No, I mean, but again, style. I mean, sometimes styles play, and Mike Williams' style of a receiver, especially coming off the injury he has the last couple of years, ACL tears, and it just didn't fit Aaron Rodgers' style of play. So, but Russell Wilson, don't be surprised if you get him to catch some big balls coming up here. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of like productivity coming on his end.
All right, that's all I got on the trade front.
All right, I think the only other one I think of, I mean, we talked about Cam Robinson last week and going to the Vikings, Quentin Johnson going to the Ravens. So we got teams that actually were able to kind of make the other trades weren't really anything of significance.
I mean, Hopkins going to the Chiefs, that was.
Yeah. So then the Chiefs also got the pass rushing defensive linebacker defensive linebacker from the Patriots, Uche.
Yeah, Uche. That was it because that happened after.
Uche. So I mean, that's a big pick. I mean, that's a huge pick.
I mean, they're 8-0. They're poised.
Yeah, the Chiefs, man, are still the fucking Chiefs. I mean, you got Pacheco's going to be coming back here within the next week or two. I mean, it's going to be interesting. They're coming down the stretch here now. This is where we get to the real action of football, where we know what these teams are, who they are. I mean, here's one thing before we get into these picks and going through what I've had to kind of assess going into the season. This has been one of the rougher years I've had picking and understanding football is coaching. Coaching matters, and here's why. Like for me, as a football fan and a true football diehard fan, I always respected coaches like Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, Jimmy Johnson, guys who coach football the right way. That we're not going to do shit to beat us. Like, because the thing is that it's so hard to get a win in the NFL, and more games are lost than they are won in the NFL.
Right, yeah. I mean, can do more to hurt yourself.
This going for two at the wrong times of the game, going for it on fourth down on the wrong times of the game.
It's the analytics that's a part of society.
This shit is fucking killing me, man. It is absolutely killing me because you look at some of the best. So I called this game last week, the Jaguars and the Eagles. Right. The Eagles should have covered that game easily. Nick Sirianni. What is it? Is that
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni. He goes for it. He goes for two times, doesn't get it. He goes for it at one time to kick a field goal, doesn't get it. He was up 22-0. They should have wiped the floor.
And then all of a sudden, coming out of halftime, boom.
And Jacksonville's back
right
in the game.
On their ass,
and had N'Kobe Dean not made that amazing pick in the end zone and poor pass by Trevor Lawrence and poor play call. Again, coaching. Doug Peterson. Why are you throwing a fucking pass on the 1st and 10 when you got a chance? You still had almost 2 minutes left on the drive.
You have Tank Bixby in your lineup.
Yes, run the ball, get that shit closer. I mean, are you going to throw either way? And so again, that's my point as far as the way I've evaluated these games going forward through the rest of the season. Coaching matters. And so so what I kind of did was looking at the teams between quarterback and coach and who I like as far as in that. And I'll kind of touch on that with each game that we go along. So first one we got is a Thursday night game.
Yep. That's a big one too.
Bengals at the Ravens.
The Bengals need this one bad.
Yes, the Bengals need this one desperately. They really do. I don't know how I feel about it because T. Higgins is still questionable if he's going to play or not. They showed him throwing balls around during practice today.
He's not on the anytime touchdown list.
Yeah, he's not on the list right now. So I don't know. It's a 6.5 dogs.
I got
Bengals.
6. I got
6.
Yep.
So I got 6.5 through FanDuel, and so they're the Ravens are at home, and so for me, I like the Bengals to cover that.
I do like the cover.
Only because the pass defense for the Ravens is very suspect. But I think the Ravens are going to still pull this one out.
I like the win. I like the Ravens already went into Cincinnati and beat them in week 4, I believe.
Yeah. And I mean, they're just rolling. I mean, Quentin Johnson hasn't gotten in their offense yet either. So, and the Bengals' defense as of like how they were in the past, they just don't have the dogs to hunt like how they have in the past. Like I was surprised they didn't really make another move defensively somewhere to try to shore up their defense a little bit more because they've really been. They just don't have the dogs to run in that Lou Anarumo defense.
Okay, so we're agreement on the spread and the money line. What you got for the over?
I like the over at 52.5.
Okay, you like the. I've got 53.5.
53
so I like
and a half.
the under.
You like
I like
the under?
The under in this
53, one. Yeah, that might make me like lean under a little bit, but 52.5, I can still just see this being a 28, 27.
Gotcha.
You know, somewhere in that range. Yeah,
I mean, it went over last time they played. It was 49.5, and they went way over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I could just see because neither one of these defenses are really locked down like that. I mean, both teams.
This is that Thursday night game.
Oh,
I
know.
Expect high scoring, and sometimes it's a god.
I know. Like this is one of those, and I'm kind of leaning. I haven't done that in my parlay that I did. But I'm kind of leaning on a Derrick Henry 2-touchdown game. This motherfucker can't stay out of the end zone. I mean,
he can. I've got Henry in.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 2-touchdown part. Like if I'm gonna think about that one. Okay. I got to piece some shit together. But it's been in my brain, and it's like I'm gonna be mad if I don't do it. So I might have to throw 2 parlays on this.
All right, next
game.
We got the Giants at Carolina.
Yes, Giants at Carolina in the fucking Germany game. This is gonna be a 9 a.m.er. Thank God, get this shit over with before we're up and ready to move. And
this is a weird one. Well, Carolina has been playing better. Actually, obviously they won last week against the Saints last week.
Dennis Allen got fired right away. After that
they did, but they are traveling, so it's not like they're at home. I do like the 6.5 points they're getting, though.
You got 6.5?
Yep, I've got 6.5.
I would take 6.5. Fucking right. I got 5.5.
Oh, give me the 6.5. Yeah. I've got 40.5 as the over/under. Give me the under in this one, and the Giants to win on the money line.
Okay, so we're actually the same, but I have 5.5. I still like the Panthers to cover the 5.5, just because the Giants is kind of a dumpster fire as a team. They still pull out the victory though.
You like the over.
I got 41.5. I like the over. Did you pick the under?
I went the under.
You went the under? I just can see two shitty teams.
Yeah,
like that.
No, it could have definitely. It'd probably be a defensive. I mean, the Giants' defense is really fucking good this year.
Yeah.
For as bad as that team is, they're a top 5 defense.
They're deep. They got sexy Dexy in the middle there, man. Dexter Lawrence, he's got like 10.5 sacks this year. I mean,
that whole team is just that defensive line's a beast.
Oh yeah, it is. It definitely is. I mean, and because there's a kid on the outside. I always forget how to pronounce his name. Azila, something like. I mean, but he's got a he's coming nice on the outside there. So
Zexatran.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to the Patriots and the Bears.
Patriots and the Bears.
The Bears are looking rough here. I mean, ever since that Hail Mary,
they look rough.
The Cardinals kicked their ass last week,
and the Patriots are playing better.
And
they are playing better.
And the team seems to be turning on Eberflus a little bit as well. You had DJ Moore walking off the field in the middle of the play.
Oh, I seen that.
Caleb Williams going down at the end of the game. I mean, he looks like he's kind of. He looked like he was moving forward for a minute, but now he's kind of like, I'm hitting the rookie wall. So, I mean, I've
got 6 points.
I got
Patriots
6.5.
plus 6. So
who do you like?
Give me the Patriots to cover that 6. I've got the over-under at 39, so I like the over in this one, but I think the Bears pull this one off at home.
Okay. Actually, we're actually exact same. I have 6.5 though, so I got 6 in the hook. So give me. So I like the Patriots to cover that.
Yeah, I like the Patriots.
Yeah, I like the Patriots to cover that. You had 6. I like the 6.5. He really bad.
You like the under though? Huh?
Oh yes, I like the under at 38.5. Yeah, I can feel like this is gonna be an ugly game. Just all the way around. Patriots play fairly solid defense, especially right now. Caleb Williams looks lost. The team looks like it's in disarray. Putting together an offensive, productive game might be tough for them.
I mean, Ramondre Stevenson is not rushing the ball very well right now. He scored 3 touchdowns the last 2 games. So
I rewatched that. I rewatched that game, Bobby. So last night I sat here and I actually rewatched like 3 games. Right. I watched the Saints because I wanted to figure out how the Saints lost that game against the Panthers because they're interesting stat. I'll get to that later. But the Patriots, when I watched that game against the Patriots and the Titans last week, I mean they were literally red zone plays. Like the last touchdown was like Drake made like.
Oh yeah, no, he was juking around, and so, Stevenson's just hanging around.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So I mean, I guess he scored touchdowns, but I really won't put a lot of stock into him being productive.
No, his production is terrible right now.
Poor,
it's terrible, but he has scored 3 times in 2 games.
My point is that's why I went the under.
Okay,
yeah, that's my point. That's why I went the under. All right, so next up we got the Bills at the Colts. All right, so for me, I'm going to start out with this game here because the Colts.
The Colts, I don't know what to do with the Colts right now.
Here's the thing, man. They're a solid team. Like, Joe Flacco ran into a buzzsaw that Minnesota Vikings defense. I mean, Minnesota Vikings defense is they're a tough lockdown.
They're legit.
I mean, they made the 49ers look bad early this season. I mean, so the thing is, if the Colts lose this game, they're going to probably have the question, are they going to go back to Anthony Richardson? I mean, because at this point, if you're not going to go, get the ball rolling, unless the Texans lose again this week, too. If they're not going to get the ball rolling, are they going to put Anthony Richardson back into the offense and starting lineup? But the Bills have been playing great football.
They're playing great football.
They are playing great. They
don't start out great each game, though.
No.
That first quarter's been terrible the last 3 weeks, but then, towards the end of the first half, third quarter, fourth quarter, they just dominate. You almost wear the other team down. So I like the Bills were 4.5-point favorites. I got 3.5.
You got 3.5? Damn. All right, but I like them at 4.5. I like the 3.5 way better.
Okay.
But 200. I mean, not 200. Who cares about the money line? I got them obviously winning outright.
On the money line, yeah.
Obviously winning outright. But then over under was 46.5. What'd you get on that one?
I have 47.5, and I like the over in this one.
Damn. It's usually not the big of a gap between DraftKings and FanDuel.
No, it is this week, but I did mine about 40 minutes before we.
So it might have shifted and swung again. But I did mine literally probably like 3 hours ago.
Mine was about an hour ago.
Yeah, about 3 hours ago. So 46.5. I like the over.
Okay. Yeah. No, we're in agreement on that one.
All right.
Yeah, all the way across the board.
All right. So next we have the aforementioned Vikings at the Jaguars. The Jaguars are selling off pieces. They really are. I mean, that's a flailing franchise right now.
They are.
Who do you like in this
I
one?
like the upset of the week right here.
Really?
This is my upset of the week.
Really?
They are selling off pieces, but Minnesota, after that big game last week against Indianapolis is not that great of a team. It's not like they crushed them.
They're a lot more solid than Jacksonville.
They're at home down in Middle Florida. Give me Jacksonville to win this one.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're getting 4 points. I'll take the 4. Give me Jacksonville to win this one. I like the over 45 points.
Okay, so I have it at 4.5. And so here's where I talked about at the beginning of this.
Coaching.
Yes, the coaching. And I have a lot more faith in Kevin O'Connell than I do in Doug Peterson. And so for me, I'm going to give the Vikings at 4.5, and I like the under at 47.5 points there. Because again, as I've watched this season unfold, I'm going with the better coach. When it comes down to it from a game management standpoint, that's where I'm going to ride.
We disagree on that one.
Yep. All right, so next up we get the Broncos at the Chiefs. Broncos.
They just got bodied last week.
They got boat race last week. But and I had them covering last week. It was 9.5 points. But I had a feeling maybe they can kind of fight and hold on, and at least that may make some big plays defensively, or not let Baltimore go off the way they did offensively. They just
went crazy. That defense really, they looked lost last week, actually.
I mean, Baltimore's tough, though, man. They got a lot of weapons to deal with. I mean, they're a problem.
It wasn't 70 points like last year.
No, but Baltimore, they're a problem with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. That's a handful and a half.
So I probably didn't think about this game as much as I probably should have, but give me Kansas City win, obviously. I've got 41.5 points because this is a division game in Kansas City, and I think Denver will have a bounce-back game. I will take the 8 points that Denver's getting and give me the under.
You like the under? Mm-hmm. So we're in total agreement. I have 8.5, but I'm going to actually go with the over on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the over. I'm going for it because, again, I think because they're going to have to score to beat Kansas City.
Right.
So, in order to keep it close, they're going to have to put some points up there. So
division games tend to be lower scoring on the average.
Yeah, to a degree, but you just never know what's going to happen there.
You don't. And that Kansas City offense is probably going to just blow them.
And usually with these spreads, though, the Chiefs don't cover that. Just like last week.
They have
just like last week. They didn't cover last week. They don't cover those. They win those games, but they don't cover. They don't cover. Like, did you see Baker's expression when the Chiefs won the coin toss? Because you give that dude the ball at the end of the game, man. It's over. It's a wrap.
Which can we talk about that? When would we get? I get it. If they go down and kick the field goal, the other team gets the opportunity to score the touchdown. But this is such a ridiculous thing. Give everybody the opportunity to touch the ball.
No, I like the way they did it. Honestly, I like the way they did it because the NFL and football in general is a three-facet game: offense, defense, special teams.
You're right,
and I'm sorry, they give you a chance if you stop them from scoring a touchdown. Stop them from, you know how hard it is to score a touchdown in the NFL? So you have to stop them from scoring a touchdown. Because it used to be back in the day, you can just kick a fucking 50-yard field goal in overtime. Right. So they already made the concessions for it now. Okay. So for me, you're right. You're entitled to your opinion on that. But for me, I'm okay with it. Because, you know, if you don't want them to score, stop them. Just like the whole reason why we got this rule change was that Bills-Chiefs championship game. Like, they're crying about, Josh Allen to get the ball again. Motherfucker, you had to lead with 13 seconds left. You let them tie the game up, man. Like, they fuck off.
So the defense did
play defense. It's a 3-facet game: offense, defense.
But I'm saying if they're pushing for more offense in the NFL, just like they are.
Let's stop this candy ass. Everybody can't get a trophy. Everybody can't get a trophy.
All right, what you got next?
I got the Falcons and the Saints. Falcons at the Saints.
Oh man, the Saints getting beat by the Panthers last week.
Dennis Allen was fired.
Do you believe that they're going to get the coaching bump this week? Because I do not.
I don't either. Like what I'm watching from this, like what was it? Cam Jordan walked out of the stadium. Yeah, Derek Carr's had to chase him down, trying to keep him from walking out of the stadium. He was gonna go straight to his car. His football shit. Like, I'm fucking done with this.
So I got Atlanta. Give me the cover that 4 points. I like the over 46 in this one and Atlanta to win.
Okay, so the only thing we have different, I have 3.5. So give me 3.5 for the Falcons to cover that. Obviously, get the money line. I like the under though at 46.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just see him being kind of a mucky game, you know.
All right.
All right, so next up we got the 49ers at the Buccaneers. 49ers at the Buccaneers. 49ers come off a bye.
Yeah, this is an interesting game right here. Yeah. I mean, obviously you can see that the Buccaneers can score. Like their defense probably isn't going to good. What San Francisco offense are we going to get though? I think Christian
McCaffrey's going to be back.
You think he'll be back?
Yes, I think he's going to be back.
God, I hope not. I was able to pick up Garendo.
I think you're fucked on that one, Bobby.
Well,
I think you're fucked on that one.
One can only hope.
Because here's what I'm going to say on this game right here, right now, is that I think this is going to be a blowout.
I think it's going to be a blowout.
The 49ers are coming off a bye.
Okay.
George Kittle gets a little bit healthier. Debo Samuel gets a little bit healthier. You got Christian McCaffrey going to be back in the offense. I've got a strong feeling he's going to play in this one. And then here's what the other thing I think is going to be the tough part for the Buccaneers. They're going to be able to put enough pass rush up front with Baker Mayfield just because Nick Bosa coming off the corner. They don't really have any secondary help on that end. But their biggest weapon, like when I watched that game last week, was Cade Otton. Fred Warner is going to eliminate Cade Otton.
Okay.
Fred Warner is going to make Cade Otton irrelevant in this game. And they don't really have any other receiver help like outside. I mean, they had guys that make plays,
they don't.
But not enough to keep up with what the 49ers are going to do. I think they're going to show them, hey, we're back. CMC's back, baby. We're back, and we're coming to make some noise in the second half of the season.
You like the 49ers to cover that spread.
And then I like the over at 50.5. I had it at 50.5.
Give me the 5.5 points for Tampa Bay, and I like the under.
Okay.
But San Francisco to win.
Yeah, I just think I think this game's going to be an absolute blowout. Okay. I'll be shocked if it's not.
I mean, we haven't seen anything from San Francisco so far.
They had 2 weeks to prepare for this game.
I understand.
They were on a bye. They had 2 weeks, and again, I'm going coaching, and I like Todd Bowles. All right,
Tampa's being scrappy right now.
Oh yeah, they are. They are. And we got the Steelers and the Commanders next up. This nobody saw this being the game that this is going to be this year.
That's probably be the game of the week.
This could be the game of the. This could have got flexed to the Sunday night. Honestly,
didn't they flex one already?
Yeah, I think so. Because I can't remember who was there at first because I think the Lions and Texans got flexed to this one. I think tonight
somebody got flexed out of that one.
Yeah, but the Steelers and Commanders. There was a lot of good options this week, but Steelers and Commanders. So who do you have in this one, Bobby?
I like Washington to win this one at home. I've got 45.5 as the over/under. I'll take the over in this one.
Okay.
I think Washington is just going to put up enough points to get that over, and they'll cover that 2.5.
Okay, so. I had the Steelers as 3-point dogs.
Okay.
I like the Steelers to win this game.
You like the Steelers to
win? Yes, because okay, so defensively wise, the Steelers are very, very solid. That was the last trade that we didn't mention. Preston Smith. Preston Smith came over from Green Bay to the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
So now, Preston Smith he's always been a starting defensive end. Now he's going to be a rotational now. So you got Highsmith being able to get a little breather. Fucking T.J. Watt's not going to need a breather. But you get to the rotation with Highsmith there, we keep him fresh. Preston Smith coming off the edge too as well now. Those guys are plug and play because you don't have to teach them a defense. You just like see ball, get ball. That's pretty much how that goes. Mike Williams, who knows how much he's going to be in the offense this week, but I just still like the Commanders really, really struggled defensively against the Bears. If it wasn't for that Hail Mary, they lost that game.
Yeah, no, they would have lost that game.
They lost that game. So I like the Steelers to get this game on the road. And I like the under at 45.5 because I feel like they're going to make them just play a little grimy game with them.
And you're getting that 2.5.
All right, so next up we got the Titans at the Chargers. Titans got their second victory of the season, I think, last week in an overtime game against the Patriots.
They did, but...
Yeah, so, I mean, I got them at 7.5 point dogs.
I've got 7.5 here, too. I think Chargers cover this one. Tennessee they didn't impress me last week, obviously, going against the Patriots. And the Chargers went on the road and dominated the Browns last week. So
yeah, the Browns.
I think they do the same thing against Tennessee here. Give me the under 39 and Chargers to win.
You got 39?
Yep.
Damn. I had 37.5.
Yeah, I've got 39.
Damn, I had 37.5 on this one. But yeah, so I mean, I'm going off of my 37.5. Obviously, I like the over.
Right. Oh, you like the over?
Yeah,
okay.
So I like 37.5. I mean,
that's low.
Yeah, that's really low. I mean, 39. I mean, that's a little different story.
I think it's like 21-10 myself.
Oh yeah,
like that.
But so actually, I like the Titans to cover this game.
Okay.
I think they're only because of the style of football that the Chargers play.
Right.
They play a style of football,
it's
and the Titans have a better defense than what the Browns. I mean, they're close, probably comparable defenses. But I mean, I like the Titans defense, and so I actually like the Titans to cover the 7.5 points. Chargers to get the win though, but I like the over in that with 37.5. So. All right. So next up we got the Jets at the Cardinals. This will be an interesting one here. The Cardinals, first place Cardinals.
The first place Cardinals.
First place Cardinals.
The Jets won last week. It was a tale, it was last week. It was a tale of two halves, really. Texans pretty much controlled that first half, and then their offensive line came unglued in the second half. I mean, 8 sacks, It was just bad.
Yeah, it was ugly.
To me, I hate the Jets. I got no faith in the Jets. Give me Cardinals at home, under 46, and I'll give up the 1 point.
Okay, so for a gambling standpoint, I had to look at this and really evaluate this game. I like the way the Cardinals are playing a lot. But as of yesterday, FanDuel had the Jets at 1.5 point dogs on the road.
Right.
Today, they were 1.5 point favorites. So something flipped and switched that very dramatically there. So
I've still got them as dogs.
You still have them at dogs? Oh, see, I like them, and FanDuel had them at 1.5 point favorites.
Let me recheck that.
All right, FanDuel had 1.5 point favorites. So when I looked at that earlier, so for me going off of that, I mean, either way, even if they were dogs, I like the Jets to win this game outright, cover the spread either way it goes, and I like the over at 46.5.
Well, that has flipped. All right, now I'm getting a point.
You're getting a point now? Yeah, I told you, man, that shit changed. It was, it's weird. That spread has been
I'll
weird.
take that point, and I'll go under 46 and give me the win.
You like the Cardinals to win that one?
I like the Cardinals. So
all right. Yeah, I'm riding with the Jets, and I'm on the over at 46.5. All right, so next up we got the Eagles at the Cowboys. Let's get through this shit.
Dak's out 4 to 6 weeks possibly.
Cooper Rush in to start.
Cooper Rush in. It doesn't matter. Philly covers the 7. Give me over 42 and Philly to win.
Jonathan Mingo making his
debut. Who knows? Maybe did he play with Cooper Rush in college?
No. Who fucking gives a shit? All right, anyway, Eagles are gonna win. Eagles they're gonna cover the 7 points. I like the over at 41.5. Probably more of the Eagles than anything the Cowboys do to get to that 41.5. All right, so next up we got Sunday Night Football. Lions at the Texans. Let's see what Texas team is. Nico Collins back. That's going to be the magic question there.
I don't think it really matters, to tell you the truth. I think Detroit covers this 3.5. I like them to score over because it's 49. I think they'll be in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, I got 49.5.
And Detroit to go down to Houston and win.
Okay. I like Detroit to win the game. I like Houston to cover the 3.5.
The 3.5.
I can see it being a field goal game. I like the go getter that CJ Stroud has.
Okay.
I mean he played a bad couple weeks there. I can see him bouncing back pretty strong here. So I like
the over.
Yeah, I like the over at 49.5. So is that what you picked, the over?
Oh yeah, I got the over in that one.
All right. Next up, we got the Dolphins at the Rams for Monday Night Football. Dolphins at the Rams to wrap this bad boy up.
The Rams pulled off a big win the other night, especially with Puka throwing the damn punch and costing me my fantasy game.
Mine too. And then I had Jackson Smith and Jigma on my fucking bench.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that hurt. That one hurt you. 36.5 points just sitting there.
That hurt.
But Miami looked better last week. Obviously, their offense is going to get better each week with Tua being back. But I still think the Rams win this game because they're traveling all the way across the country for a Monday night game in L.A. Give me the Rams win. I liked a lot of scoring in this one, over 50, and the Rams will cover.
Okay, we're in agreement on that one. I had them at 1.5, and then, like I said, Rams obviously to win. I like the over in the 50.5.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins, again, this goes back to coaching. I just have more faith in Sean McVay than I do Mike McDaniel. Okay. I like Mike McDaniel, but I like Sean McVay a lot better as a coach.
And they just haven't done anything. Even last week. I mean, you gotta get the balls to your number one playmakers, man.
Yeah,
what are you doing? Tyreek Hill had 6 yards in the first half.
Yeah, we'll see. So we'll see. Until they show me something different, I'm not worried about it.
All right, I got one touchdown parlay for you guys. It's a 4-way. Give me Derrick Henry to score a touchdown. Like you think he's good for 2. I'll take the 1. Give me Flowers to also score in that game. Mixon and Hill for the Dolphins. The Dolphins have to fucking get some shit going on offense this week. So give me Hill. That's plus 983.
Nice.
So I'm for a 4-legger. It's not nothing special, but it ain't.
No, but hey, that's some good juice.
Kicking the ass.
That's good juice. Mine is a lot more complicated because I like to give you the Thursday night special. Mm-hmm. So this is basically only based on Thursday night. I don't like to touch Sunday this early, and guess what? I'm not going to have to fucking do that much longer. All right, so Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown scorer. Mark Andrews, over 42.5 yards receiving. Joe Burrow gets over 1.5 touchdown passes, basically 2 TDs. Joe Burrow gets over 225 passing yards. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson gets a combination of passing and rushing for 287.5. Lamar Jackson also has to rush for 25 yards. Jamar Chase, over 70 yards receiving. Okay. And that gets a plus 949 as the payout.
Wow,
there.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it's a lot of, because again, I did some alternate rushing, passing. Okay. Those are kind of high.
Man, that's 7-legger.
Yeah, 7-leg.
Less than what I got.
Yeah, exactly. Because touchdowns are a lot harder to get.
Yeah, no, they are.
When you go yardage, sometimes it's like, so a lot of the yardage things are a lot more probable.
Yeah, even though Ramonde scored twice last week, he fucked me on my yardage.
Yep, exactly. All right, so we got the Dave's dumbass pick here. All right, we got Director Dave's dumbass pick of the week. Derrick Henry, first TD scorer.
First TD scorer, wow.
Aaron Jones scored anytime touchdown. James Cook, anytime touchdown. Terry McLaurin, anytime touchdown. Devontae Smith, anytime touchdown. Devontae Adams, anytime touchdown.
Plus 18,302.
Wow. Baby. Wow. Let's get that money.
That's that first time touchdown.
That was plus 3 something.
Right.
That's a good one.
All right, boys. So let's see the glasses here one more time to sign off.
Let's do it.
We're going to do this a little different this week since we have finally Amendment 2 has passed. Amendment 2 has passed.
Woohoo.
Yes.
Thank you.
No more drives to Illinois in about a month and a half.
Yeah, I mean, we still got a couple.
Oh, yeah. We still got a ride to go, but, they'll be celebratory now. Now it'll be like, it'll feel nostalgic. All right. I'm Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
We'll see you next week.
Peace
And cheers.